I think you did all right. Alrighty. Shall I get onto this gun tier list?
It's like if Jack says anything but gun tier list right now. You can pull it up on your screen as well if you want to be the main screen. See, mine's not even loading.
Number 1. Hey. No Glock. Gun number 1. The 3D printer.
It's pretty good. That's A. That's A. You can make some crazy shit on there.
Look, bro. Look, tell me another way you're gonna get a high point parts kit.
That's hilarious. A. That's an A at least.
Yeah, I think A as well because you can make some pretty cool stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still 3D printed.
So, I mean, they murked Shinzo Abe with the fucking science project.
This is true.
Bro, crazy that I keep watching the new video where they like throw that he looks like a pipe bomb. Like it had to have been like a homemade smoke bomb, right? Like why would you make a smoke bomb that looked like a pipe bomb? Like what was the point of that?
Yeah.
But like the security, just like I think it was staged probably because they want to show that Japanese because the G7 happens at the same time. The G7 happened right after that, and they wanted to show that security was their priority. So they wanted to show that their security still got it, and that's why they swatted it away. Is this the Luger or the Ruger?
This is the Luger, I believe.
What's the difference?
I think the Ruger is a different brand.
Yes.
Isn't that like the James Bond gun?
No. One is American. One is American made.
Yeah, the Ruger.
What's the other one? British?
It's the one that the Nazis used to shoot.
Yeah, it's the German one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so tier list for the Luger.
I mean, is the Ruger better than the Luger?
I don't know. I heard the Luger's actually like pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good too, but also there's like it also like I've seen like Schindler's List and the Pianist, and like all I can think of is them telling Jews to lie on the sidewalk and shooting them in the back of the head when I see this gun.
Okay, F.
So the gun's got aesthetic issues, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
there's some optics issues with the gun.
Yeah, so like even if it's like at best just kind of like not as good as the German engineering, and that's the thing is it's like this whole thing about German engineering, their industrialization still sucked. They wanted to make all this fancy shit, and then at the end of the war, where did their industrialization go? Keep shrinking that down, shrink it way down.
Yeah, I know. I'm just where are we putting it?
Oh, I mean, anywhere near the bottom. It can be. That's just there's too much bad juju.
Yeah.
This is the Arisaka rifle. This is one of the few guns that I've actually shot. This gun was dope. Love this gun. This gun. For the World War II rifles and stuff, like it's not anything special, but like I really liked it because I got to shoot it. And it is like bias. Yeah, it is like noticeably louder than other guns because it's like an older gun that uses like those big cartridges.
Was it a 30-06?
I don't know. I just know that it was a big louder gun.
Okay. Because I'm not. Is it Russian or is it American?
It's Japanese paratrooper.
Oh, it's Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay. I didn't even know what I.
Yeah, these are the Japanese ones. Okay, and that's the thing is like nobody really thinks about them because they're not in like Call of Duty. It's like the other ones. It's like all those other ones,
Yeah, I think they might have been in like Battlefield or something.
I think that was the most I got.
No, that is the most, and you're right.
Yeah.
S. No. Fuck. That was funny as fuck. I want to put it. I want S tier just for the meme factor of it, just because everyone hates it.
No.
Shit. Suck.
No.
Fine. I'm picking the next one. Sexiest weapon alive.
What is that?
This is the M16A2.
This is the one that shoots big holes through children?
Yeah, theoretically. It also goes thunk. But it's aesthetically pleasing, so I'm putting it in S.
The M16?
Yeah, it's one of the prettiest guns. I swear.
I mean, that one specifically, that one's atrocious.
No, you're wrong.
That one's ugly.
Amazing. S.
Ugly. I don't know. I mean, the thing is like people always try to say like this whole thing with like the AK versus the M16.
Yeah.
When the Taliban have a choice, guess what they use?
AK.
No.
Really?
If they have access to the American weapons, they use the American weapons.
Is that right? I did not know
Yeah.
that. Interesting.
Ukraine as
Interesting.
well. Like you'll see, like Ukraine, it's like if they can get these types of guns over like the AKs, a lot of times they'll take them.
That's very interesting. Well, talking about AKs, the OG with a CG picture.
I mean,
I think-
that's also S tier.
Yeah. Yep. I was the same thing. No explanation is needed.
Keep going. I'm just making them fit.
That's fine.
Yeah, so go ahead. What's next?
Makarov.
That's what I was gonna pick next. That's an A. This is a super underrated pistol. So if you look at the trigger guard on it, right, huge trigger guard. It's because it's made to be used with gloves on. This is a pistol that's not to be. It's not really. You can fire it obviously with your finger, but it's meant to be fired with a glove on because of its
it demands class.
That's the thing. It's like it's underrated, but if you're in the north environment and you're in a cold environment and you want like a personal carry weapon, your gloved hand is not going to get in your shield's trigger guard. I'm sorry. The Makarov is the gun you want. And that's why the Makarov is an insanely underrated concealed carry weapon. Also, like I don't know much about guns, but the system it has like the same thing that the TT has. Like it's got like a double precision spring or something in the back there. It's got like two functions in the back, something like that.
It's double action. It's double action.
Yeah, something like that. So that's an A tier pistol. Super underrated.
You're correct, sir. Okay.
Hate the synthetic little hand grip though.
Right. The what is it? The right arm of the free world.
Too heavy.
Incredible.
A tier.
A?
Yeah.
I think A.
That's what I would say. It's A.
It's a good weapon. We had them in Australia. We made them here as well.
Oh, I'll shrink it down and position it. We're both clicking it at the same time.
Is that why?
Yeah, once you put them on the tier, I'll start shrinking them down and position them right.
Okay. MP5?
S, obviously. That one's easy. Moving on.
Yep. No explanation needed.
The Mossberg pump. All right.
B.
Man.
Good B tier shotgun.
This is your classic cop shotgun. And all I think when I hear this is the other guys when they talk about how he shot Derek Jeter, the guy before Mark Wahlberg, before he talks about Derek Jeter, it's Ray Romano's brother and Everyone Loves Raymond. He's like, he tossed me down a Mossberg pump. And like I always think of that scene with the Mossberg pump. And like, I think it's one of those shotguns that like also it's like normally fun to use in games like GTA and stuff. Like normally it's that shotgun that is like fun to use. It's got a satisfying, use. You can probably find it in any cop car that you steal. That's definitely an F tier. There's no way that thing is standing up after that gun fires. Did China do this? Who did this?
This was, I believe, Brandon
China
Herrera.
did some like really funny fake robot shit that I was laughing at. They like run up to the wall with this big like shield thing with an obvious like tablet that's like built into it. Like they're X-raying the wall and they can see through the wall. And they deploy like a BB-38 or whatever the Star Wars droid is. But there's like different cuts for when it like rolls and transforms into like different like drones and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's typical China.
Okay. You go AK. Yugoslavian AK.
Go ahead and give it an S.
S?
Let's go ahead and give all the AKs an S.
Mm.
All the AK and AR models. Like,
Well, here's the thing. Is there certain AKs that make the other AKs like less AK?
Well,
Like, is there
there is.
certain AKs that deserve S tier more than other AKs?
is this an Idlib gun?
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, the reason they're made to be smaller is because they're like basically in caves and smaller spaces all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean, you'll see that
Like
they'll
with
always
BB
have
fighters.
optics on them too.
Yeah, it's because they're in like these really
And the paint
confined
is
spaces.
always really nice.
So,
You know,
I mean,
it really
these are
covers
like
up
A,
that
B
these are
tier
like hammered
guns.
together.
Yeah, they're like A, B tier guns, honestly. They
So
like
they don't
serve their
puff down the
purpose.
rest of the AKs.
Yeah, they serve their purpose.
So I would say, I would put them in S tier, and then like the other AKs are so inferior to it that they would have to come down.
Interesting.
We could do that. A tier for
No,
AK.
I'm just kidding. This is a joke.
Okay. The VSS.
Oh, yeah. The Chechen commander uses this one to shoot fucking Russians.
It's integrally suppressed 9mm sniper rifle, I believe, or it might be a 10mm. I can't exactly remember. It's something weird. It's some weird caliber. I'm actually gonna look it up. People get mad. Yeah, 9mm. But it's a Soviet one. It's a 9x39, and it's a little rifle bullet. It's pretty cool, actually.
It's basically a rifle designed that's like supposed to be like when you don't want shit being traced back to who used the gun.
Yeah.
It's like special ops Spetsnaz style.
Yeah.
Like,
hey.
But like the commander in Chechnya uses them
To kill Russians, right?
to kill Russians and shit. Sorry, I'm just opening up some. Should probably mute myself. It's the last piece of like the stubborn packaging. It's open, probably open enough. I just wanted to get, okay. I got these Scooby Doo graham crackers. They're for baby.
Alrighty. California compliant ARs. Any place but F?
I mean, the top one, like I've never used a rifle that has a pistol grip, so like I'm used to like holding rifles like that. Like I could.
But why not just get a rifle like that? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the top one isn't as bad as the bottom one. Like, how do you?
No, it isn't.
The bottom one.
But F.
We've modified the shit out of ARs with no good reason.
Ridiculous. Okay. HK G11. Space gun. Ridiculous.
Doesn't this shoot like flechette ammo?
Yeah, something like that. It's some weird ammunition, and it's some weird sort of
Yeah.
The way the gun works is very strange as well. I think a C, like it's kind of interesting, but like it never really worked, so it can't really be in the higher tiers. I think maybe even D down here with the German match its brethren, the Übermensch of D. Grease gun.
That's an easy controversial A.
A. Okay.
Look, man, the continents this gun has killed people on, let me tell you. It's still used today in Syria. Still used in Iraq. How many World War II guns do you see actually being fielded in conflicts like Syria and Iraq? Like, one of these might have killed an American. Who knows? And that's the thing is like those guns, they compare them to the Nazi one and why this one is inferior. And it's so fucking gamer brained. They have to look at the stats of the gun. They can't even think about why you would want this over that. Like the compactness and concealability, especially like the mag, also like the mag being loose. That's because you normally want to be able to have the mag out of it because you can just carry this in one hand. If you have that magazine detached, you can carry that in one hand. Also, kind of looks like a grease gun to begin with already. So you dress your guys up like mechanics with overall jumpsuits boom, zip down, you have commandos in there. The French wouldn't have been able to do nearly as much damage to the Nazis before liberating Paris if it wasn't for this gun. Like, it is the first opt weapon. Like, it is for secret missions. Like, that gun kicks ass. Obviously, if you're in direct, it's obviously not something that would win against somebody with an assault rifle and stuff, but it's it has its role, just like the gun that you shoot in winter.
Derringer.
I clicked one too. I clicked the Chinesium one.
Oh, yeah, we'll go with the Chinese one.
The Chinesium Kubert gun.
E, because it kind of sucks and it makes bullpups look like shit. So E.
I don't know anything about it. That's the thing is I don't follow Chinese technology. I could care less. Fuck this gun.
Yeah.
And also the fact that it's developed for close quarters, because they are more addressed for oppressing their own people than they are for fielding in a conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fuck them. All right, Derringer.
Oh man, Derringer has so much meme potential because think about all the movies where this comes out of some Assassin's Creed spring system and it folds out. Is there do they use it in Inglourious Bastards? Don't they?
Yes, they do. They do. Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is there's this Red Letter Media one, and it's one of the movies that they're watching, and at the end a guy pulls a Derringer out from his boot and it shoots a gyro jet and the guy explodes or something.
That's so funny.
And I'm sure the sex gun that they have in From Dusk Till Dawn is kind of more Derringer based. But it's this is that. This is really if you think about it, this is the perfect assassin's weapon. Who's honking at me?
Yeah, it really is. I'm gonna say B though.
Yeah, but
because it doesn't really qualify for A, but I don't think it's a C. They're pretty cool.
When you were saying meme potential, I think the meme potential has been realized. It's just look at. Could you imagine if you were getting mugged and someone pulled that thing out?
But imagine it back in the day, man.
Oh, it was probably terrifying back
then.
in
the day. The thing is just what's funny is you think about duels back in the day, right? Normally how duels went is both people missed and some spectator got hit and died. And then it came down to Bowie knives and shit, and I was just laughing at the concept of you go to watch a duel and you get shot and nothing else happens.
Okay. Toyota Technical.
Equipped with Stinger missiles. I mean,
the Stinger missiles or optional dish.
Why would you? I don't know. Wouldn't you want to use a tow missile instead, though?
I don't know. Who knows?
Why would you put? Why would I mean? Do you? I mean, wouldn't? I don't know. I don't think you would want to put Stingers on the back. I think they're just kind of they kind of want to look cool.
Sure, but I'm more talking about the Hilux Technicals in general.
Hilux is an S tier. If we're using the Hilux as a weapon,
well, that was more the question. It wasn't so much the.
Well, that's the thing is the Stinger missile brings it down.
Yeah, it's general Toyota Technical. Okay. Credit card gun.
I guarantee you this gun does not fire when you use it.
It does. It actually does. It's a single shot 22.
Okay.
How? How does it?
See the little thing at the back, right?
Yeah.
See this thing? That pops out, and you put little 22 in there, and that's got the I think that has a firing pin or something.
So when you say single shot, can you reload it for another one?
Sorry. This lifts up. See how this is curved here? So that lifts up. You put the 22 in there. That's the charger, and then the pin is here. So it just goes boop.
Here's the thing about this.
Pretty cool.
Here's the thing about this. Why would you buy this?
Memes.
Seriously, and like Ace said, imagine yourself getting mugged with it.
Like you would genuinely come on. Don't tell me for a second you'd be confused. You'd pause.
Bro.
You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
You
Yeah.
wouldn't,
That thing
if they
probably
even
could hurt
shot
me,
you with
but, like,
that, you
why?
wouldn't. There's no way. Like, come on, man. If like, especially if you're like on to the point where you're mugging people, like you've probably at least been like stabbed or like shot or somehow like you've gotten like hurt. You know, like mugging is not a low tier criminal activity.
Yeah.
So like,
Hell.
if it like so. If you were defending yourself with that against a mugger, no way it would stop them.
You
And if you were mugging somebody with that, there's no way they would believe that it's a gun.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Anyway,
Hold on,
this
I got
gun.
one.
No,
Hey,
hang on.
Fine,
This
go on.
no, this gun right here. This is the same concept of that other gun. This is a 22 pistol. This gun does not work. The chinchilla has ripped the roof off his house. Because I just bought him like a cheap one. It's like just like slat wood that came together. And he's like now torn the roof off because he wants to chew the roof and stuff. This is called a Zip 22. And it was kind of, that same concept of the credit card gun, right? This gun is extremely unreliable. You're lucky if even the first shot works. And it's 22. If anything,
It works. It's C because it works.
No, it
if
doesn't.
That one doesn't work, it does work.
Hey, it's a 22.
So what?
We can put it there. They're both
Fine.
the worst thing you would want to have on you. Like, bro, a knife would be so much better.
Yeah,
I would not want to be. I'll get shot with a 22. I do not want to be stabbed in general. Please do not stab me.
Please don't stab me.
Bro, dude, I have way more like trust that my artery won't be hit with something like this than like any type of stabbing, dude. Stabbing scares the fuck out of me. I'm terrified. I would much rather be shot because if it is fatal, it's quick. I don't want to feel that knife going into me. And this comes back to so I had chest surgery. And I was on morphine, and obviously there was still a lot of pain. And I had nightmares of being stabbed to death the whole time I was in the hospital because of the these morphine dreams. And you could
Jesus
feel
Christ.
yourself die and shit.
What the fuck?
Awful. That's probably why. Oh man. So
Caltech P50.
yeah. So first of all, technically this is a pistol, and technically it pierces armor.
Technically.
Yes, and also the thing is that the ammo is the only cost factor here because
The
they wanted
5.7.
Yeah, they wanted to do an approach where they made an affordable 5.7 pistol.
Yeah. Okay.
And they said, you know what? Why don't we use the P90 mag instead of the regular 5.7 mag?
It's going in C because it's kind of cool, but it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, the thing like the whole thing about the reloading and how the reloading
it folds up. It's kind of cool.
But the thing is, you have 50 bullets, right? Is it 50 or 30?
Yeah, it's 50. It's 50.
50 bullets. Come on, you're not going to reload that gun.
No.
And also the fact that it's armor piercing, I think Caltech should really market these to the cartel because the cartel, the cartel love the 5.7 classic, right?
That's funny,
right? But they like it because it pierces through armor, and so I think this would be a great market for Caltech in that regard because they already are buying the 5.7 ammo for those guns, but they can use them, and plus. They look a little bit more intimidating than your average pistol. It kind of has that gangster factor, right? And this is probably as far as the deadliness of the bullet. How many times can you shoot somebody with a Desert Eagle realistically? Sustained fire.
While on the cartels, about 50 cal.
Oh, well, they don't use that one. They use the weird
this
one.
is the one that they use.
No, they have the shoulder mounted one. They use that.
There's only 8 of those in the world. There's no way.
No, I'm telling you, bro, the cartel use the shoulder mounted ones.
There's no way. There's only 8 of them in the world.
They use shoulder mounted big fire guns. I've seen it, man. I've seen it on their shoulders. They make them themselves.
That's the only way that they could.
Yeah,
because they don't exist.
Well, no, but they cut down Barretts to do them. They
Good,
make
that's
them.
The only way that they could.
Bro,
that's kind of gangster.
And they don't even run scopes on them. And they'll use these they'll use them inside houses and stuff. The cartel
Yeah.
are fucking like they don't know how guns work. Really, I gotta say. They very much have like their guns where they think they're cool, and it's all like
Yeah.
Also, this gun, while it's notorious in video games, I kind of hate it because it's like you can like run around with it in Call of Duty, and it's like
Yeah.
It would be cool if they actually used it for what it was used for.
Anti-material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as far as like it's definitely got a purpose, but I just like I hate that it's in everything and it's like supposed to be like the powerful like sniper type thing. It's like, bro, come on, man.
Well,
Like,
I'm gonna stick it in B because I agree it is kind of overhyped and it's kind of who cares, like
it's not something you like use on people, you know.
Yeah, it really isn't. And while we're talking about another gun from a video game, the M200 Intervention.
Yeah, this is
S.
like I mean, this is the like more British one, right? This gun is so weird
No,
to me.
this is American.
It's like, oh, okay. I thought it was used by the British.
It's used by everyone, but the British use Accuracy International more.
That's right. So this gun to me, it reminds me of the pipe gun from like Fallout.
Yeah. See, I rate this as like an S.
It's interesting because they have the carrying handle on the bottom here.
Well, this one I would say S for, and I'll give my reasoning. It uses one of the sickest bullets ever made, which is the Shitak 408. It's unbelievable. It's
when we're talking about how much of a school child it would destroy.
It would blow them in half at a mile.
Oh, have you seen the end of Rambo 4 when he's like on the gun turret and like he's literally like buzzsawing people in half with a gun? Fucking great.
Sounds great, right? But this also the stock is collapsible, right? So it's a very short.
Well, I want to go back to this charging handle, not the charging handle, the carrying handle.
The carry handle.
I think this is probably the most like underrated feature on that gun. That's really smart design because they know you're going to want to put optics on top of the gun.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many dumb guns where they have that fucking carrying handle off to the side or something like that. Like in the bottom, when you're set up, that is out of your way. It's never going to be an obstacle to you. And like with the way the bipod is set up, right?
Do you know why it's set up like that?
It's more stable.
So basically, the barrel is free floating, so it doesn't touch that shroud that it's connected to. But the way the reason it's set like that is so you can like rotate it up, but they like fold in a way where they come in and it's like a really tight package. But it's sort of
the legs are further out though, so
they're wider,
more stable than your traditional bipod.
But you also it's not attached by Picatinny; they're built in. So there's absolutely no failure point, right? So it's perfect. It's a fantastically built rifle and S tier.
It just is so ugly. It looks like
it's beautifully ugly. It's one of those guns. A.
Was it the best submachine gun of World War II?
I think it was a better bank robber.
Now, also, this is one of those guns that stuck around too, because that's the thing is like, like the grease gun was easier to produce and lighter and stuff, but this gun, America, like that. Yes, the grease gun did happen, but like you look at World War II and like the Sten, they like made it and like they like they went to a dumpster out back and made that gun, and there's all the submachine guns in World War II were literally made out of like dumpster parts, like.
Pretty much.
This is the only one where they had a gun that fit the role before you went in that was already military developed. And while it's way heavier than all the other guns, I think that's a huge factor for it, is that it's already battle tested. And that's why it was so dominant over other submachine guns there. And it's why we didn't, and this and the M1 is why, like, the whole thing about, like, the German assault rifle didn't matter. Like, we had better sustained fire with this in the M1 than they did with their assault rifles.
Yeah, and the M1 served the long-range purpose, where this served the sort of suppressing fire, plus they had machine guns.
Well, normally the commander had this. The squad commander would have this. So the squad commander is the one who would want to be suppressing so his rifles could maneuver. So
I still think A, but
I mean, yeah, it's got to be at least that for me.
yeah, and I think pop culture gives it an A boost as well. But I think just because it's older gun,
It's still 45 ACP. It's just
it
really
is
heavy.
45. Yes,
It's just really heavy.
yeah.
You wouldn't be able to really mount optics and stuff nowadays, but it
No.
can still be used. It's still 45 ACP.
Glock.
Oh, Glock is a C. I have reasons for this. All right, first of all, don't believe the hype with Glock. I don't believe the hype. This Glock, the reason why Glock has so much money to like market and always be at the like select gun, like it's always like, oh, the Glock is the perfect anything. Then it's like you have the Glock 19X where it's like the long barrel, like short thing and short handle and stuff, whatever. All these dumbass guns, right? So the Glock itself, right? First of all, terrible for pistol whipping. I have so many stories where cops have broken their guns, hitting them, just tapping windows, right? So like, also the polymer, it's not there, right? So also, cop gun, gross.
Yeah.
Next, like it helps a lot that the top is heavy and it does help a lot there, but it's just not as good as like like a Makarov.
Yeah.
Like, why would you choose a Glock over a Makarov?
This is true.
Accessories. That's where the Glock has you, is that you can fucking have
the Gucci Glocks.
You can fucking have your, you can have your gun charm and your Hello Kitty spray paint and your clan tags on them.
Yeah. Okay, M14.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing.
I adore this gun, but I think it's a B.
Well, here's the thing: is specifically they brought wood to Vietnam.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like it was supposed to be a successor to probably one of the best guns of all time.
Yeah,
and
so
yes,
it always had a hard thing.
No, we still use it today. It's got ceremonial purposes, but the fact that like it was the follow up to the M1, and then it's used in Vietnam, and it's like a wood gun in Vietnam. And then they had to like scramble to like develop a new gun that was like also terrible for the jungle. Like, this caused more problems than it created at the end of the day.
And it's really unfortunate because it's such a cool rifle, right? It serves it has its purpose, but it's not in the jungle. It's a goddamn battle rifle, right? You need sort of more open environments. They designed it for a similar war to World War II, and it didn't really come into its own until after Vietnam. And then I think it saw use in Desert Storm, right? And then
a lot of Marines use it and stuff.
And now they've got the SOCOM version, so they're a bit more tactical.
And these wood ones they still use for like when you put soldiers in the uniforms and they patrol the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and yell at you and stuff.
So I reckon it's B just because of how kind of shit they were. But like,
I can't hear Ace. Ace probably doesn't have his headphones in anymore. So he's gonna fix it before he talks. Anyway, I really
wrap up soon, by the way.
I could give a shit less. Fuck this gun. Like, whatever. Fuck it.
Okay, I'm putting it in B.
Oh yeah, S.
These two guns right here. All right. These are the Colts right here. These guns right here. Oh baby.
S.
One's the Single Action Army, but
just because of how iconic they are.
Like Colts, man. Like, so there's this thing. So
I hate these handguns.
No. These are the guns that won the West. You know how many? You know how, bro? There's like this story about like gold miners and stuff, and like this brutal war that they had like in the early gold hunting days, and like they and just like having these guns and like shooting people in the head and stuff. But like Colt,
good times.
Colt is the first like gun manufacturer that realized how to do it the capitalist way. So because nothing was factory and industrialized at the time, Colt manufactured this thing where you could swap out parts easily. They tried to make it be like the first gun, like, oh, your cylinder is fucked up, they can swap out. It was all a gimmick. They would have guns where it would, like any infomercial, picture it, they have 3 cylinders that fit the gun so they can do the demonstration being like, see, you can swap out any part, but this wasn't true. There was no way that you could machine things so perfectly that the parts could be swappable. But that's the main reason that the U.S. Army took the contract and made Colt an empire.
Benelli M4.
A.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's A. It's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite shotguns. Gangster. Oi, I wasn't finished.
We're talking.
S.
This is the best shotgun. That's
S.
the Spaz.
Spaz 12.
I thought you were gonna put that in like. I thought you hated the Spaz 12.
I do hate it, but it's iconic. Stop touching shit. Fuck. Actually, no. I revised my answer. D.
But it kills. Actually, it doesn't kill velociraptors.
No, it doesn't.
But
It's just okay. I'll actually justify this. It is one of the most
Half-Life,
impractical fucking shotguns ever.
GoldenEye.
It tries to be a pump action, but a semi-automatic at the same time, and it's got the worst. It's got
the cool
ever.
foldy down thing.
Oh
it looks
yeah,
cool.
so cool.
It makes
so
the gun
cool.
look cool when it's folded up, and then it makes it look like you go into tactical mode to fight the velociraptors when it folds down.
Yeah, this stupid gun. Like, it's got cool factor, but dumb gun.
The Uzi?
Tech 9.
Oh, Tech 9.
Ah.
Look, ready? You ready for this?
A.
It's just a better grease gun. Look at it. It's the same gun. It's the same fucking gun. Same purpose. And also, this is a hood classic. They have wrappers. When you have wrappers named after the gun.
Literally a hood classic.
Oh, man, I should have grabbed the Ghetto Blaster. You remember that one? They named it that just to be controversial.
We're not even being symbiotic here. It's literally a hood classic.
Okay. Chinese AK. F. Garbage AK. Folding bayonet. Trash. Terrible gun. F. Another cheap ripoff.
Knife on a gun, stab him with a AK. Well, I don't know. That's a line from a Ski Mask song.
A cannon.
A.
You can't buy a cannon.
S.
Bro, I mean, just think about when these were shooting grape shot in the Civil War and how many Nazis this thing would kill.
Yeah.
And this is like, like, bro, just imagine being hit with a cannonball in the battlefield, bro. And like it rolls through your fucking homies and stuff. Yeah. How about the Fire Lance?
Why have we got a big picture?
Well, because it's got multiple in one right there. Fire Lance, the 1900s. See, they even got to the point where they were putting a ball in there behind, and it's like they just put a rocket on an arrow, and Fire Lance. One of the oldest depictions of this involves like some demon with snakes for hair shooting it at Buddha. 1900s firearm. As far as we know, it existed to make firearms, but not much happened after that.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, the hand cannon. The hand cannon of the 1200s, bro. This gun right here. I think people underestimate this one. These are actually pretty incredibly accurate. I mean, if you think about how he's aiming this, right? And like, you do have to have a 2-man team at the time, but like, there's this whole notion that like muskets were inaccurate. Like, bro, like go watch Last of the Mohicans, right? Like these guns right here, you were still using line infantry, and they could reasonably they would defeat armor, right? I think the Ottomans used them, and that's one of the reasons why the Ottomans were able to expand. I know the Janissaries were like some of the first like people that were having guns and shit. So, obviously, this is the gun that made us have guns.
And it's got steez too. It's kind of cool. Hey, enough. I want to do one.
We got we got this one. This is a genocide gun from the conquistadors. So that fuck this gun. Go down here. Okay, there we go. Okay, go ahead.
Henry 4570.
C.
See?
Yeah.
I think so as well. The caliber's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Lever action's pretty cool, but it's very impractical.
It's for
Sounds-
Buffalo, though, right?
I think it was designed for Buffalo.
How old is
something
this
like
gun?
that.
At a point in time, I believe it was. Yeah.
The cartridge. How?
Well, while you're looking that up.
And when I say a point in time, I don't mean it like recently
Okay.
at all.
4570 was developed in 1873.
Yep. C.
Okay, the wheel lock. Right. This, honestly, man, this is like some steampunk shit. Like you have to use a fucking clock or something to shoot this
Yeah.
gun.
This
gun is cool, but it was a step backwards.
This is some shit like this is when you get killed by a doohickey. Like you're not even getting killed by a gun. You're getting killed by a thingamarang.
They were so expensive because the mechanism, But if we didn't have them, we wouldn't get the flintlock. And of course, the flintlock pirates are cool as shit. This is the pirate gun. I can't crop it correctly for some reason. The pirate gun. Come on, man. Okay, maybe we'll just remember to crop that later. Now, anyway, the flintlock, C tier.
You're getting killed by a device. You're getting killed by an instrument.
Yeah, but like, bro, have you seen like they would carry these pistols and they would have like 8 on them and just be like, like that's so cool. Like you'll see like, bro, and like, bro, like a lot of so these like when they like mainly lever actions, but some of the early Kree cavalry were using these, right? And they were just pulling them out, being like, just killing everyone, like because they had access to trade, so they were able to just buy tons of guns, and then they just that's definitely lower than the flintlock, because when you were at this point, we weren't doing cool shit where people carried 80 guns on them anymore. So it's kind of a step backwards because it made things too good, and then we got privileged about it.
I gotta wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, you did the deal.
What the?
I was gonna
fuck?
do this.
Oh, the musket.
Yeah.
S.
F.
The thing about the musket is like,
Look, we can
it
shit
took
on it.
so long to develop something better than it.
We can
That-
shit.
that
we
is
can,
true.
We can
Like
shit
they
on
got
it.
so complacent when the musket came. Like,
We
bro,
can
you look
shit
at
on it as much as we can right now, like in the year 2023. But this was the hot chick on the block back in the day, bro. Like,
well, the musketeer musket from the Three Musketeers. That's what that musket is. That's specifically like the French one. Like, I'm sure the French Revolution, like that's what they stormed the Bastille for. But like when he's done positioning shit, to like that one needs to be cropped later too, but it's fine.
What the fuck? Whatever.
Don't even worry about it.
Gone.
Okay, so just to pull this up, right? The history of firearms, right? And if we just go to like the musket era, right? See, like here's the first musket, the matchlock. That's kind of like I think they use those a lot in Japanese, right? So we got musket, 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 musket. That's the flintlock. Finally, musket, 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 and then finally we're getting to the point where we're getting carbines here. And then sharps technically is when we're finally getting out of the musket era. So it's like, bro, there's an entire era where all they had was fucking muskets.
Hey, the Henry. S tier.
And then you get to the Winchester, right? And that's like the Winchester changed everything. But look, like the first, like where's the first flintlock is 1600, right? So you don't
Yeah.
get the lever action till 1866. That sucks. The Henry has one, but like, you know, like I said, like the Winchester is when everything changed. Like, bro, this is when terrorism became possible.
Okay, cut it right there.